Welcome to the channel. Today is day 2 of our Halloween event. He couldn't remember the dream, only the feeling it left behind. I think if this story were real, I can speak for myself here. I would probably be so freaked out that I would definitely be out of there. But these characters are not me. They are their own people with agency. And Peter in particular, I think he wants to protect his family. He feels like, oh, well, we've bought this house. It's our home, and I'm gonna fix it. So I think he's trying to put on a brave face for his family, and he really wants to believe that everything's okay. Are the kids possessed already? I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they were possessed, I think the story would have gotten darker. But they do seem to be able to see things that other people can't, which makes me wonder, are they developing abilities? Or are they seeing things that maybe we don't want them to see? What does the door lead to? This is one of the biggest mysteries of the story. I think what's cool about it is that each time we come back to this door, it seems to grow larger, which implies whatever's on the other side of it is growing and is getting ready to come out. Do you think that? What do you think is on the other side of the door? Let us know in the comments below. What might happen next? Well, I hope you tune in tomorrow to find out, because we go in to bring you another episode of the Halloween. What did you think? Did you like this episode? If you did, make sure to click that like button. If you want to see more from me, you can follow me on social media. We've got a bunch of fun stuff posted there, including bloopers and behind-the-scenes looks. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of the series. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Like a presence had been inches from his face as he slept. Something cold, observing. Downstairs, the antique hallway clock had stopped ticking. The pendulum was frozen mid-swing, but the second hand still jerked back and forth in erratic bursts. At 6:06 a.m., the hand stopped completely. That was when Lena wandered into the kitchen barefoot and whispered to no one in particular, "She's in the walls again." No one asked her who she was. The house had grown colder, heavier. The family no longer spoke much during meals. The television stayed off. The windows stayed shut. Mira, the eldest daughter, had started wearing headphones without any music. She said it made the silence more bearable. Thursday afternoon, Mira went to her room to read. Her favorite book, one she'd nearly memorized, had changed. The pages were filled with spiraling, circular sentences, looping endlessly. At first, she thought she was hallucinating. Then she read one sentence aloud. "The girl reading this is not alone." She dropped the book. The silence that followed was sharp, absolute, till she heard it. Faint breathing from the corner of her room. When she turned to look, nothing was there. Just the shadow by her closet, stretching across the floor. But it moved when she blinked. Peter, meanwhile, had begun sketching the floor plan of the house. Something was off. There was an empty space between 2 bedrooms that didn't make sense. A void. A missing stretch of wall. He walked the upstairs hallway 5 times, measuring with his steps, and then he saw it. A door. It was thin and warped, the paint peeling off in strips. No knob, just a keyhole that seemed far too deep. Peter blinked, called for Leela. She came up with Lena in her arms. But when they looked, the door was gone. "Swear it was here," Peter muttered. Maybe it was a closet, Leela offered, but even she sounded unconvinced. That night, Lena didn't want to sleep. She clutched a new drawing tightly to her chest. Lila pried it from her hands. The paper was smeared with red crayon. Another picture of the house. Only now, there was a 6th window. "There's a new room now," Lena whispered. "She told me not to go in until it's hungry." Layla didn't ask who she was. Salem had been quiet all day. Too quiet. That night, he asked if he could sleep in the living room. When Peter asked why, he said, "Because my room listens to me." Peter was about to laugh, until Salem added, and it talked back this time. At 3:33 a.m., Peter woke to a clicking noise. He stepped into the hallway. The door was back, and it was open. Beyond it, blackness. No room, no floor, just endless dark. Then came the voice. A whisper, faint and trembling. "Daddy, help me." It was Lena's voice. But Lena was asleep in her bed. Peter stepped back, heart racing. The door creaked shut, slowly, like something didn't want to be seen. He stared at it, unable to breathe. A shadow passed behind the door's crack, too tall to be Lena, too thin, then it was gone. In the morning, he showed Layla the hallway again. No door, but deep scratch marks had appeared on the wooden floor, as if something had crawled out. Later that evening, Mira opened her phone camera for a selfie, but in the photo behind her, the hallway was longer than it should have been. At the end of that impossible hall, the door, wider this time, and open. So let's get right into it. Chapter 2. The room that wasn't there. Peter awoke just before dawn, drenched in sweat. Alright, now I'm going to answer some of your questions. Why doesn't anyone leave?